Hello, John Dilworth here. We're moving on. Scene 28. Scene 28 is the side of the road. We see the headlights. The car approaches. It stops, and then we have our police enters, knocks on the window. So I'm already breaking this down in my mind. I guess for me the easiest thing is to make one drawing, possibly separate the wheels from the car, and just have it panned in, with the software. It will be like that. So here's our layout. Let's do a layout, right? And the first thing I want to do is get this car, because that's our main interest, and how this car takes up the composition. And we'll need the guy. Don't worry. I'm roughing it out, and as I'm roughing it out, I'm also thinking about it in my head spatially. Here I can have another drawing, because I really need this room. So even my framing is a little. It's wider here, and this popo will be here. Let me just block him out very loosely. And then we could make other decisions. His feet will be off. Is that what we want? I'm going to make him smaller. And here's his hand and the flashlight, which he knocks on the window. He's that kind of traffic guy. They've been speeding, he's doing his job. And, he's seen this all before. More drunken kids, right? Party. Oblivious to the risks of driving. That's what he's thinking, at least. And I want to give him a high waist and a butt. And this butt is to remember our dear colleague, John Kay, who loved doing this kind of thing, this puerile kind of animation. And I don't mind this too much. It deviates, of course, but it helps us later when we cut to this close-up. Being more far away, be much more agreeable. Right, so does that look like a... Yeah, I guess maybe... It's always a problem, trying to get the proportions right. I'm looking for... It's a pleasure. It's like the pleasure principle. What forms will yield that delight? And so I'm laying this out to show you how we do things here at Dillyland. What are the updates? Been very, very, very busy. There's no time to draw as much as I'd like. So what we know, we have a license plate here, and I know I put the initials of my brother JP and his date of birth, 65. I do that to honor him, because really he was the most natural and gifted artist of the family, and I'm not shy. And he designed King Ramses. Well, he did the black and white. It turned it into that very strange thing that you all are so obsessed about. And he also did that very strange floating thing, and You're Not Perfect. He designed that. I look at if I see art that's, wow, that moves, that has something going on, I want to use it. I feel like the world needs to see this thing. And look, I'm not wrong. So it's been very busy, and this is the first time I'm on the table, really substantial way. And what are we doing? I got a little honey in my throat for some reason. Blueberry honey, I just take a shot of that after a meal. Pure organic blueberry honey. Why am I shouting? And it's better than sweets, really. It satisfies the entire dessert dynamic. Now, would certain you wouldn't want, this the sugar industry, cake industry to encourage you to have honey as a dessert because, well, then we're going to ruin the economy, right? So I think I have something. I think this will, and it's always refining. There's nothing wrong with trying to work it out. We gotta work it out. The most important thing is composition. See or no? Composition and things on models. You see, there's plenty of room for this cat. And also, it'll be so sexy because he'll have to come in perspective. And that's going to be its own little exciting challenge. And I'm going to put the background here in green and get the lush right? And I want trees, so I'm just going to indicate all this noise. So we have Vicky Vo coming in tomorrow, and we're gonna work together. We're gonna work together on her background. So what I found regarding background, even though it is not the background kind of lesson right now, I'm not even sure it's a bloody lesson. I'm just doing this. Because what happens? What happens if I get struck or abducted by a UFO? And that's it. I don't leave anything behind. A couple of short films, most mediocre at best. However, they were creative acts, and however foolish they may have been, I did them. And that's the important thing. For me, at least. And this goose in high heels is, I don't know what's good. I don't know what's I must have a psychological thing going on because I don't know why I'm delaying getting this thing up. And it's mostly, I guess I'm distracted by this. Finding it's got to be PayPal. It's not PayPal. It's got to be pay-per-view. I got to find the right site to host it so that I'm not, what's the point? These sites now, they've all changed in 2019. YouTube, Vimeo, all of these cats. Now they got you hooked and, you're already invested. So now they charge you. You want to show, like Sergeant Pecker. You can't see Sergeant Pecker anymore. I had it on YouTube. A little fee, 49 cents. I should have had it 69 cents, right? But anyway, 49 cents. And now it's gone because I got to pay $200-300 a month. Well, what? You mean I'm working for YouTube? I'm working for YouTube. That's what it is, my friends. We're working always for someone else. Now, I question that, of course. I'm always questioning everything. And I think that's quite healthy. Where's that blue pencil I was wearing? Did you? Okay, here it is. So, this guy, his arm is going to now go up here. What a layout, huh? But only the creator, which is you and I, wouldn't understand what this is. We could find everything we want, but this high butt for John K. I hope that he enjoys this and whatever he's doing. Oh, should this guy have boots? Well, he's not a motorcycle guy. He's a police, right? So, I don't know. I didn't do my research. I should have phoned or looked up highway patrol. I think they don't have, I think only like horseback riders. If you go to the beach and the police is on the horse, they're so beautiful. But these horses will wipe you out. I'd seen, when I was a boy, I went along, you do these boyish things. I went along with some friends to the Irish Day Parade in New York City, St. Paddy's Day Parade. And of course, there's always going to be indulgence, overindulgence, irresponsibility. So this kid, this friend of mine, was dumb enough to be inebriated, and then goes to play with the horse. And the horse wasn't having any of it. So it took his front leg and just tapped this guy. Boop! And he went flying. Oh my goodness. And of course, he's so drunk, he doesn't know. He doesn't feel anything. But these are military horses. They are not, sweetie, 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 come here, let me give you a carrot. So we know. I'm a little I'm intimidated by horses because they're so big and I know what they can do. And Dobermans. That's it. I was encountered when I was a boy. A Doberman was staring at me like from Boys of Brazil. I thought it was over. And I don't know why it's such an irrational fear. Because I don't recall ever having a bad experience with a doggy, and I love them so much. But now I understand doggies more because I had to get into the mind of the doggies. Courage for one. I had lots to say. Well, I guess that's what I wanted to show you. And I did it. And this is the flashlight. It's going to be like so. So I'm looking forward to doing our our session with Vicky Vo and looking at our backgrounds and showing and sharing the process of refining the background process. It'll be the same way I do all my backgrounds, all courage especially. It just at some point it's much easier to just sit with the artist and get exactly what you want. So these headlights, they will also be part of this car. So you get the idea. The tires and the car will be one drawing, and I'll just have it. That'll be it. And so I'm not animating that. It'll just come in smooth. And saves a hell of a lot of inking and coloring, and it's not going to make a difference. Especially over the previous, I think I have there's no model for this car. And that's, I guess that's the beauty of doing your own work. It's close enough that I know what it should look like. I could always go and check which is the best thing to do, and you know what? That's what I'm going to do as soon as we leave each other. Until next time, yes? Stay animated.